910, Big 550, KTRS. We welcome in the television audience from KPLR 11.2. You can now watch us online at stltoday.com. Go to the opinion tab. We're the morning show for the newspaper. We're the morning show for the Big 550, KTRS. Go to KTRS.com. Download the app. Listen the old-fashioned way on the Big 550, KTRS 550 on your AM dial. Or now, in the 9 o'clock hour, through channel 187 on Charter. That's KPLR 11.2 or over the air at 11.2. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, are those St. Louis comedians that have gone on to do bigger and better things and yet have not lost that St. Louis common touch. They are back once again. Randy and Jason Sklar, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
We're great. I thought we were going to do this via Skype. Who can't figure out Skype on your end?
Jason is a technological, he's a Luddite. He hates computers.
I do hate computers.
And
no, I'm all right. I got it on. I guess it just the connection wasn't there. But this makes for great TV, just talking.
Certainly understandable. All right, first, let's get to the reason why you're here. What's going on at the pageant January 31st?
This Saturday night, Jay, I'll let you explain it.
This Saturday night, we're doing a phenomenal comedy benefit at literally one of the best theaters in the country, the Pageant Theater. It is a benefit for the St. Louis Food Bank, which is just a tremendous organization that our mom volunteers for. They get food to people who need food, and as you know right now, the winter is the scariest month for people who are in need, or scariest time of the year for people who are in need. This is a phenomenal opportunity to tell everyone in the world and show everyone that St. Louis cares about each other, that people in St. Louis care about the people in need, and you get to come out and your money goes to a great cause and you get to have a great evening of comedy, and we're going to do our best to make everyone laugh for an hour. So, and there's other great comedians on the show.
So the card is full of all comedians, not just you two.
Yeah,
no,
there are other comedians on the show, and they're all great
on the show, and some really good ones, people we've worked with before. And it's just going to be a great lineup of people, and you're going, again, for a great cause. It's like, yeah, you could go see a movie on Saturday night if you want, but where's that money going? Into Michael Bay's wallet? You don't want that. You don't want that. Take your money and give it to
even Michael Bay doesn't want that.
Great for the community.
Let me ask you this question. If you guys were in a movie with Michael Bay, would you still be saying the same thing?
Absolutely not.
No, probably not. No.
All right,
absolutely. I'd say, go see that movie. I mean, no, okay. You want to see, and by the way, seeing live comedy is one of the best things you can do. As we go around the country and perform wherever we are. Last week we were in Daytona Beach. We were in Florida. We did not see anybody trying to violate an alligator, which really upset us. I mean, come on, Florida, step your game up. But we were performing at an aeronautical university in Daytona Beach. And this weekend we'll be in St. Louis. Next weekend we're in Salt Lake City. But when you come out and see live comedy, there's just something about a group of people laughing that in this day and age when everybody's texting and everybody's looking down at their phone and no one really communicates with each other, it is a beautiful thing to hear a room full of laughter.
I think live theater, live comedy, there is nothing better. And I love it, and I love watching you guys. So if I were in town, I would be at the pageant holding up a sign. Now,
well, I believe your listeners who love you and do enjoy us and would love what we do will have a great time if they come out. And I think let's sell this thing out. I don't know if the balcony's open yet.
We're on our way to selling it out,
open the
but
balcony.
I think with a good push from your awesome audience, we're going to sell this out.
Unlike Siskel and Ebert, the balcony is open at the pageant.
That's right.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, the balcony is now closed forever on Ebert. That's another story.
All right. So talk to me about heckling, guys. I know that. How do you guys handle hecklers at a comedy club?
It's an interesting thing, Jay. You can...
Yeah, I mean, for us, we do, since there's two of us up there, we're engaging with each other, and we don't really engage with the audience. Some comedians open it up to the audience, and they'll almost invite a little bit of that. We don't do that. And so at first we try to ignore a heckler. Then at some point, if they continue, you got to shut it down. And our one time we treated a heckler like they were a dog that didn't know what they did wrong and had just pooped on the floor. And so we had to tell the heckler that they did something wrong because they didn't realize it. We were just like, you're a bad dog.
Bad doggy. You're a bad dog.
You're a very bad dog.
You're a very bad dog.
I'll shake a thing of coins in front of your face.
Shake
You're
it.
a bad
You're
dog.
a bad dog. I mean, that went on for about 5 minutes until the crowd basically
Coalesced
cheered,
behind us.
and the guy got up and left. And then we were like, okay, I don't really want to go back to our material right now because there's nothing that's going to beat what we just did. So even if you shut a heckler down, it kind of messes with the whole vibe for the rest of the night. So we try to we try to just sort of keep going, and usually we have great crowds who they
there was another
really
woman who in Florida who we shut down, and we really eviscerated this woman. We destroyed her, and as she was getting up to leave, I was like, "Oh, by the way, we have CDs and T-shirts in the lobby."
Get some merchandise if you want that stuff too.
Do you guys go late night after a comedy's schedule's done and sort of ask for 10, 15 minutes late night on a Friday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday and sort of work on material?
We do all sorts of sets here in Los Angeles where you don't know when you could be going on late, you could be going on early. It's good. I mean, those are good tests. Even if you go after kind of a headliner's gone up where the show feels like it's over, to get up there and do comedy or at the end of a late night and try and get people to laugh at what you're doing, you really have to do it on the strength of your material. So,
and also, if you're in L.A., you could be going up at the Comedy Store and following Louis C.K. and Joe Rogan and all these really strong comedians. You can come up after that and do 10 minutes and have it hit and have it work. You feel amazing.
Yeah.
And it also, the great thing about that is you go after a bunch of, we did a benefit show for my elementary school. This is Randy talking this past weekend that we organized and put together, and the lineup and we hosted it, and the lineup was Jeff Garlin from Curb Your Enthusiasm
Sure.
and the Goldbergs, Al Madrigal, who was on The Daily Show, this great up-and-coming comedian, Cameron Esposito, Nick Kroll, who's on the Kroll Show and The League,
Right.
and Kumail Nanjiani, who's on, he has The Meltdown Show on Comedy Central, and he's on Silicon Valley on HBO. All like headlining comedians, and they were amazing. And here we were hosting the show. We did a set at the top of the show, and Rob Corddry from Hot Tub Time Machine, he did a bit with us that we wrote for him. I mean, it was an amazing night, and then there are moments where you're like, you know what, we got to get better in this area. You watch everybody do their stuff, and you see these comedians kill, and we say to ourselves, all right, we got to improve here. We got to get better here. It's kind of an interesting
It's an amazing thing to be able to have been doing it for 25 years and to be like, okay, we have to get better.
Yeah. As an audience member, I love to go watch you guys, not you too, but other comedians struggle and work on a joke, because it just goes to show you how hard it is and what a skill it really is to sort of master the stage.
Well,
yeah,
it's funny.
I mean, I love to watch someone like Chris Rock work out his material, like maybe at the Improv in L.A., because to see the beginnings of a bit for him, because he's not stalking the stage, he's not walking around from side to side, he's working out the words, working out the ideas, and then to see like 6 months later that bit in a stand-up special, you're like, oh, I loved watching the evolution of that. And people have said that to me and Randy as well, because we tend to do bigger, longer bits that they're like, oh, I remember when that was just a joke. Now it's a whole...
I remember when that was just an idea on your podcast.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so you make it work.
Tell me about the show That's Racist with Mike Epps.
That was really fun, Jay. You can...
Yeah, a bunch of comedians. Mike Epps is really a funny comedian. I think he's playing Richard Pryor in the Richard Pryor movie coming up. And these guys who were putting together this web series for AOL said, we want to get a bunch of comedians who reflect different races and different ethnicities to sit around and talk about, why comedy seems to be able to at times cross a line that other like news and other commentary can't go to. And so, we talked about humor's role in breaking down or playing up stereotypes. We represented the Jewish element of comedians.
So you two were stereotyped then?
We were stereotyped.
Yeah.
Well, we said we're the only Jewish comedians you could find. That's amazing.
That's really unbelievable.
And so
in all of Hollywood.
So we were the Jews who represented Hollywood, and it was really fun. We got to do that. There was an Asian comedian who was really funny, and there's a guy who represented the white perspective, and it was
which, by the way, terribly underrepresented.
Yes, terribly under.
No, but it was great. And as we were doing it, we're like, oh man, in this discussion with Mike, as we're joking around, because we tried to be funny, we're like, did we cross the line here? I remember calling the producer, and I was like, did we cross the line there? Were we? Because when you're talking about other things, it's a discussion, you're having fun. And they said, no, just wait, we'll put it together. And when they put it together, we watched it, and we're like, man, they did a good job.
Yeah, because he talks to regular people on the street, and he tries to get into why certain things are stereotypes.
How did the stereotype come to be? And it's really good, and it touches on it at a time when I feel like we need to hear that. We need to get into that. We need to
kind of like take the air out of the tension and kind of undercut it with comedy.
That's right. But the bigger project we're working on is in a couple weeks. We're about to shoot a pilot for Comedy Central, a sports comedy show that I'm sure you will love. Kind of in the vein of John Oliver, meaning like it's like a weekly sports show saying this is what happened in the last week of sports, but it plays out a little like PTI at the beginning of the show as we banter back and forth and debate, and then we open it up to a panel, so it kind of feels like At Midnight, that show on Comedy Central, which, by the way, will be on tonight. If you're watching
I think we're on tomorrow night. We're on tomorrow night.
Oh, is that tomorrow night?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're filming tonight, but we're filming the late show, and that's for
okay. We're on tomorrow night. Okay, that's right. We're on tomorrow night.
Now, you mean tomorrow night, meaning what is today? Today's Wednesday.
We're on Thursday night.
You're on Thursday night.
Yeah.
But it's after midnight, so it's really Friday morning.
Technically, yeah. But it starts at 11:59, so the show starts on Thursday.
I think it's 10:59 St. Louis time. Am I wrong?
10:59 St. Louis time.
Why am I correcting everybody every 2 seconds?
Anyway, it feels like that. So it's a huge shot for us. We're doing it with Adam McKay, who in his company, which he directed Anchorman, and Talladega Nights, and he and Will Ferrell have this company called Gary Sanchez, along with Funny or Die. They own both those companies, and we're doing it with them. And Adam is so great person to work with, and it's for Comedy Central. So our fingers are crossed. You know how difficult it is to get anything on the air.
Sure.
It's always start by saying it's a long shot, but we love the idea. And
well, here's the news: if it gets picked up, we're calling you back again to let you.
Well, you guys call me up and tell me when your kid gets a second prize in a baking contest.
So, that was a hard baking contest. There were a lot of people entered.
She earned that, McGraw.
All right, hold on a second. So you're filming a pilot? Are you filming 6 or 7 or 10 of them? Or are you filming one? How does that work?
One test episode.
We already
shot a little piece and sort of a field piece already for it, but we go and shoot the studio elements of one episode. We edit it together. We give it to Comedy Central. We deliver it in March. They look at it with their other sort of pool of pilots and shows that they're considering, and then they decide what they're going to pick up, probably sometime in May.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. And then, of course, this weekend, the Pageant is Jason and Randy Sklar, and it's a fundraiser for the St. Louis Area Food Bank, and you're doing it because your mother told you to. We're
doing it because Mom said so, and it's just, again, it is the Pageant is a place we've wanted to play forever. We have always wanted to play there ever since it opened up. And the fact that we can do this and do something good for St. Louis.
Let's do it. Let's sell it out.
It's like Chuck Berry at Blueberry Hill, Randy and Jason Sklar at the Pageant. This is your home field advantage, in other words.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
There you go.
This is like if the Rams stay in St. Louis. This would be like us playing in an open-air dome down on the Mississippi.
Randy and Jason Sklar, always a pleasure. Best of luck. We'll be rooting for you for that Comedy Central TV show, and we'll talk to you down the road.
See you guys at the Pageant.
You got it. Randy and Jason Sklar live at the Pageant this weekend. And hi, Mom. 9:23 here. Big 550.